Hi everyone, it's Dena from Wild Lotus Yoga. I'm going to talk you through a brief beginner's standing pose sequence. So when you're ready, go ahead and take a wide stance on your mat. Bring your arms out to a T and walk your feet out until your ankles come underneath your wrists. So it's really quite a wide stance here. Then I want you to take your toes and tap them in a little bit so that the outsides of your feet are parallel to the outsides of your mat. Bring your hands onto your hips, and now just point your right toes straight towards the front of your mat. If you peek down at your feet, you've got heel to arch alignment between your right heel and the arch of your left foot. Staying strong and straight in that back leg. You can even root down a little bit more into the back of the left foot. Begin to bend into the front knee. Now, see that the front knee stacks right on top of the front ankle. If the knee comes too far forward over the ankle, you can widen your stance or come up a little bit so the knee is stacked right on top. Another thing to watch out for here is the knee bending in towards the big toe side of the foot. You can even take your hand and just gently widen your knee out so that it engages towards the pinky toe side of your foot. Take a deep breath in and lift your ribs up and away from your hips so the front of the body and the sides of the body grow longer. Now bring your arms out to a T, but keep the shoulders softening down and away from the ears. Reaching out long in two opposite directions, turn your gaze over your front fingertips and take a couple deep breaths in Warrior Two here. You can take a slow count to 3 as you breathe in and a slow count to 3 as you breathe out. Now flip your palms to face up towards the ceiling. As you inhale, reach your right arm up towards the ceiling and let the left hand just drape gently down the back of the left leg. Tendency here is for shoulders to crunch up towards the ears. So take a moment to make more space between your shoulders and your ears. Take a moment to make more space between one shoulder and the other. You're going to keep a bend in the front knee as you lengthen from the right hip out through the right fingertips. Keep the arms as they are, but straighten your front leg. As you exhale, we're going to come into triangle pose. Take a moment to reach your right hand way forward, keeping all of that length on the right side of the body as you bring your hand down to your shin. Now I want you to bring your top hand to your bottom rib cage. Turn the bottom ribs open towards the side, and then the top arm is sort of an afterthought, extending long from that fullness, that spaciousness in the center of your body. Gaze can be down towards the earth. It can be straight ahead, perhaps up towards your top hand if that's comfortable. Remember to continue to root down into your back foot. Maybe you even take a moment to notice if there's more weight shifted to the outside of the back foot or the inside of the back foot, and even out that weight. Energetically spread the mat wide between your feet so your legs light up, and then imagine someone has a hold of your top hand and pulls you all the way back up to Warrior Two. Bend again into that front knee. Keep the legs exactly as they are and we'll come to side angle. So for side angle, the forearm is going to come to the top of the thigh. Top arm reaches straight up. Perhaps top arm reaches alongside your ear, palm spins down towards the ground. You can play with the comfortable position for your neck, perhaps turning your gaze up towards your extended hand or finding any other comfortable position for your neck here. Use your right forearm like a lever that pushes down to lift and lengthen the right side of the body. Take one more deep breath here in side angle. And then rooting down into super strong legs, inhale back up to Warrior Two. Parallel your feet. And then we'll take warrior two in the opposite direction. So turn your left toes to point straight, what we will now call forward in the other direction. Make sure that the outside of what is now your back foot is parallel to the outside of what is now the back of your mat. Bring your hands onto your hips and begin to bend into the left knee. Make sure that the left knee is stacked right on top of the ankle and you're continuing to root down into that back foot, back leg super strong. Take a moment to lift your ribs up and away from the hips, but soften the shoulders down and away from the ears as you extend your arms out in two opposite directions, turning your gaze over your front fingertips, a couple deep breaths in warrior two on the left. Now flip your palms to face up. As you inhale, reach your left arm straight up towards the ceiling. Right hand just gently drapes down the back leg. Shoulders soften down and away from the ears. The collarbones broaden and the shoulder blades broaden. You keep that same bend in your front knee as you lengthen from the left hip out through the fingertips. Keep all that space on the left side of the body as you straighten the front leg and exhale through to triangle pose. So really drawing the armpit, the fingertips, the rib cage away from the hips as you reach the left hand forward. Then the left hand can come to your shin. Bring your top hand to your bottom ribs. And we'll initiate that twist open from the bottom ribs. Top arm reaches up towards the ceiling. You can even imagine that your left armpit is further back than your left hand. Reconnecting to breath again in triangle pose. Rooting down into both feet. Energetically spread them out wide between the feet. So strong legs lift you all the way back up to warrior two, bend again into your front knee. Now leave the legs exactly as they are. We'll come to side angle. Left forearm to the top of the left thigh. Top arm reaching straight up towards the ceiling, or perhaps reaching alongside your ear, almost like that top arm is an extension of the back leg. Rather than collapsing your weight into the forearm here, press the forearm down, lift and lengthen the left side of the body for side angle. Rooting down into both feet, strong legs lift you all the way back up to warrior two. Straighten your front leg, parallel your feet. Take a deep breath in, circle your arms above your head. As you exhale, bend your knees forward and send your hips back. So as you bow into this wide-legged forward fold, your belly and your spine stays nice and long. Hands come down to the earth, or perhaps hands come onto a block or a block-like item. Shift some of the weight out of your heels. Keep a soft bend in your knees and deepen your hip creases back. The glutes will widen back and apart. Letting the neck and the top of the head hang down here. Letting gravity just release any tension in the shoulders or the neck. You can nod your head yes. Shake your head no. Nod yes one more time. Now root down into the both feet and imagine that you're trying to spread your mat between your feet. Your legs will light up to support you as you bring your hands to your hips. Hips reach back, heart reaches forward, top of the head reaches forward. Root down into both feet to rise all the way up to standing. Step your feet together. Bring your hands together in front of your heart and just reconnect to your breath in your